Good evening to my general viewing audience. It's your man Shane Black coming back. That's because I got 2 new subscribers. I was like, what the fuck? And why should I punish them by having them wait a year and a half, 2 years before I make another video? I'll give them a treat. This is for you, my 2 new subscribers. A new video to make you question the shit that you're seeing on TV. That shit is Black Lives Matter. You see, with that particular organization, the only black lives that matter to them are the black lives that were taken by individuals who were not black or who work for a law enforcement agency. If a black life is not taken by someone who falls into one of those 2 categories, then that black life didn't matter. According to Black Lives Matter, they should change it to some Black Lives Matter, as it is apparently not all. What prompted this video was the action in Chicago this past weekend. I mean, yes, it's true. You don't get baseball, basketball, football, hockey. You can watch UFC, but that's, there's no audience there. But you could still watch those gladiator games in Chicago. Who needs a sword and a shield when you got a gun and bullets? And there's people watching. So it's kind of like a spectator sport. Except when you think about it, you don't have an emperor who may give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, because that shit's always thumbs down because they damn sure trying to kill you. And the majority of the perpetrators of those crimes against black individuals in Chicago, those crimes that involve being shot and or killed, the majority of those perpetrators are black. Yet, you hear nothing from Black Lives Matter Chicago when a black person kills another black person. And that is not going to generate donations from non-black people who are feeling guilty. Oh my God, the white man killed the black man. Oh my God, and the blue man killed the black man. Oh, no. Truth be told, more black people have died at the hands of other black people than have died at the hands of the police. I'm not going all the way back to the 19th century, no shit like that. I'm talking about currently. We'll talk about all the 2000s, 20 years. Yet, if you say, well, Black Jack killed Black Mac, and we need to stop it because Black Lives Matter, the only money that you're going to get might be from other black people. Here's $10, man. Get them motherfuckers out of my neighborhood. I ain't trying to put up with this shit. Relocate them somewhere else. But do you think that non-black people, you think corporations, Nike, Amazon, Google, do you think they're going to give money to your organization if it's just black on black? So Black Lives Matter tries to change it, tries to use a lens to say, oh, well, it's the police. The police are the problem, and you need to defund the police, and then there won't be that many dead black people. I'm here to tell you, that's a motherfucking lie. Now I'm going to read to you something. Well, first, I should have already scrolled down. So what you've been seeing in the background, of course, from the very beginning, you saw where it said Black Lives Matter Chicago. It's even got a phone number up there. If you didn't write it down, you can scroll back, rewatch the video, actually close your browser, open it up, and then watch the video again from the beginning. That way we could bump up my views. But it had a phone number, and you can call them As you see that will have sometime before the video ends, hit the submit button to send my question to Black Lives Matter Chicago, and I will await a response. And should they respond, I'll be more than happy to include their response in the video. So if you don't see their response in the video, that means they basically just told me to fuck off, because they're not going to answer the question. But the question is valid. Well, fuck it, I'll just read it to you. Shit. With all of the black on black crime occurring in Chicago, why is it that your organization only focuses on black homicides when it is a law enforcement officer that is the cause of that death? You have devoted pages on your site to justice only when that happens, and not for justice when it is a black on black crime. Why? If you truly believe Black Lives Matter, then you should cry out and protest against anyone who takes a black life, yet you do not. Why do you believe, based on your actions, that black lives only matter when taken by a non-black individual or a cop? I look forward to your reply, and we'll see if I get one, but I doubt it. And that's the motherfucker train. So, hold on. I guess it's gone. Shit. Look. Now. Well, I won't say look, because I won't actually clip that and put it in the background. I'm going to just read this to you. Because you can go to their website, blacklivesmatterchicago.com. In the left column, it's got their 10 demands of BLM child. Close home and square. Wherever the fuck that is. Say 7,000 people were disappeared from that black site. Then they demand an elected civilian police accountability council. I guess trained still here. With mandated inclusion of survivors and families of victims of police torture and violence voted in by each neighborhood. We reject appointees and bourgeois election proposals which expand the reach of the state to prevent the power of the people. No, that sounds like you just want to vote in individuals who have a bias against law enforcement, so that when matters are brought before them, they're not going to be impartial and listen to the facts. That basically they're going to put their finger on the scale and tip that shit against any law enforcement individual brought before them. 3, no cops in schools. Yeah, go ahead. Good luck with that. I don't have any children in school, so I ain't worried. Well, shit. Because grandkids and shit. Well, look. You put your child in one of those schools where there are no police. Then, should your child be shot, that's on you. That's on your fucking head. How soon they forget. Sandy Hook, Parkland, Columbine. Columbine, there wasn't no police on the campus. In Parkland, that motherfucker was a coward. But in many cases, crimes actually do not happen due to the fact that there is a school resource officer there. Criminals, some criminals I'll say, or many are like water, and they seek the path of least resistance. They want to commit the crime and not do the time. So if there's a cop in the school, they don't want to be no fool. Unless it's one of them children and they don't care if they get killed at the end of it or not, because they really want to commit suicide anyway. Here, number 4, accountability for police murder and torture. We demand immediate firing and prosecution of all police officers and government officials involved in torture, killing, and the cover-ups of the murders of Pierre Lorre and Ronald Johnson. Who the fuck are they? We demand revoking Dante Servant's pension for the murder of Rakia Boyd. I did a video on her on my original channel, I believe, and that was, oh no, that's a cop who did that. The name is still familiar, I probably did the video. And revoking of pensions for all CPD officers who committed torture. Yeah, who are they? Justice for all killed by the police. 6. Fire murderous and abusive cops. 7. End youth incarceration. The fuck? Let me talk about this for a quick second. Where do you think adult criminals come from? Youth criminals don't really pay the cost for their crimes. Your city of Chicago is too soft on them motherfuckers. And that's why they go back out and commit multiple crimes. Oh, well, shit. You threw me in jail for shooting J-Rock. That's alright, because I out in 2 months. And now I'm shoot Bebop and shit, because I only get another 3 months. Hell, I'm only 14. I do this shit hella long before I get to be 18 and go to adult jail. If you end youth incarceration, then good luck. Because y'all stupid bastards are going to be running for your fucking lives, because the youth are going to be out there putting bullets in your ass, knowing they ain't going to jail because you just shut down the jail. Defund the police. That's even worse than youth ending youth incarceration, as now the adults won't be incarcerated either, since there's not going to be any police to put their ass in jail to investigate and even find out who the hell they are. 9. Invest in community resources. We demand policing funds be reinvested in our communities through the reopening of the 50 schools closed, reopening of mental health centers that were closed, housing for the homeless or nearly homeless, funding for crisis centers, free drug treatment, recovery centers, jobs program for all unemployed and underemployed. Yeah, because you're going to need some jobs, so that way you always have money every time those bastards who are criminals come to rob you. You ain't got no money, they're going to be mad and you going to die. You might die anyway, but at least you'd have some money to try to buy your way out of death. And that homeless shit, I won't even get into it. 10. Release in prison John Bourget, I guess, torture survivor. I don't even want to get into that shit. But let's wrap this up. Among the list of 10 demands, did you hear anything as it relates to dealing with black on black crime, which should be the number one issue for Black Lives Matter, because there are black lives taking other black lives, but Black Lives Matter ignores it. That irritates the shit out of me, and the fact that they get money from these leftist bitches and bastards in Hollywood that are just blind. They don't live in the real world. They don't have any fucking sense. They're stupid as hell. Otherwise they would see. And what they would see is that black people are killing black people at a greater rate than police or non-black people are killing black people. And this organization, Black Lives Matter, does not focus on that greater problem. They focus on the smaller problem. To make it more visible and to generate money from all sectors of society. And that's fucked up, it's wrong, and it's not going to solve the problem. It's not going to fuck it. That's it. You already understand. I've said enough. That's it. That's all. Give them a call. See if they're going to answer my email. Oh, and don't forget to block your number when they do, or when you do. I'm out.